This is Newslife.
House Speaker Sonny Belmonte hopes that there will be no more quorum problem when the lower chamber resumes deliberation on the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law next year. These solemn absences have delayed legislative action on the BBL. More of this report from Freddy Abando.
The House will resume deliberations for the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region when sessions resume by the third week of January. Only 9 session days remain in the calendar of Congress to approve the measure on second reading, to be followed by amendments before its approval on third reading. Amendments will include 40 provisions deleted from the original draft basic law submitted by the palace to Congress. The opt-in provision is the most contentious given the resistance of several members from Mindanao. Concern was raised by some Solons on the opt-in provision, which may expand the core territories of the proposed Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in the future to other areas of Mindanao. Speaker Feliciano Belmonte is hopeful the quorum will hold for the remaining session days to approve the draft law to implement the peace agreement signed by the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front.
I myself believe in the BBL, I myself. And but then, in the first place, I'm not directly involved. I'm not from Mindanao. In the second place, I have a world view. I can look at it from a world view of what is happening in the world, in the rise of militant Islamists all over in different parts of the world and so forth. I could look at it from that point of view. But if you are actually living there and something that is completely unexpected, like the Mama Sapano incident comes up, talagang all of those contributed to it. We were very confident really of passing it early on, but these events really affected the timetable. So
later, Congressman Martin Romualdez supports the passage of the draft law. His major concern are issues of constitutionality on several provisions, plus the inclusiveness of the peace agreement.
It should be all-encompassing and all-inclusive. And that is just a matter of, how should I say, time and patience with one another, listening to them. Because if you try to rush a draft BBL that isn't consistent with the Constitution, and moreover, not consultative, or was not actually reflective of the actual consensus, then we have a problem. Why is it important? Because we have the South that has so much to offer.
MILF Chief Negotiator Mohager Iqbal reiterated his appeal to Congress for the approval of the draft basic law. Non-passage has delayed the timetable for the decommissioning of MILF forces, which started in June when 145 of its combatants turned over their weapons to start the normalization process. Delay has also affected participation of the MILF in the 2016 elections to elect the officials of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region.
We have been saying time and again that there is a direct equation in peacemaking, that peacemaking is moving forward, and that would include the BBL, and then violence or frustration would go down. But if peacemaking is going down, including the BBL, then frustration would go up, and that would be good for the radicals because they can face the lead. So it's not really seeing the future is not very bright for us if there is no real peace in the world, especially the passage of the BBL in Congress.
We are really working very hard because your question to Chairman Iqbal, we want to prevent the young people, particularly Muslim, will participate in the radical movement, and that's why I think it is better for all of us members of Congress to cooperate and pass this BBL so that we can prevent this kind of situation.
In the meantime, the business sector, local and foreign, reiterated their call to Congress for the passage of the draft basic law. It is their consensus that peace will drive prosperity for the conflict areas of Mindanao and contribute to the overall economic gains of the nation.
So we're looking towards the resumption of Congress on January 18 and that session for the House to pass it, but it'll be symbolic and it'll send a good sign as the Philippines approaches its negotiations with the European Union, which were announced yesterday for a free trade area. It'll be a good sign to Europe, and it will be a good sign to the members of the Trans-Pacific Partnership as well, that the Philippines may, in the next Congress, have political will to begin to deal with this restriction, which is keeping out investments and keeping Filipinos poor, because they need every possible job that investors can create by coming into the country.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.